Hello and welcome back. We're doing a migration from on-premises previous active service into hyper-scalable architecture. And in the previous video, we did a tabletop exercise, and Wendy ended up concluding the following. We are going to perform the migration by making sure that the previous active service on-premise is in the same version as hyper-scalable previous active service. In this video, we're going to install a management server. The very first step you should do is download the bits and expand them. And although many of us don't actually do that, which is a bad idea in general, we should, in a deployment, you should be able to read the manual, right? I have downloaded the bits here, and notice that there is a very well written document that outlines prerequisites, hardening, all the concepts of the types of nodes, installations, the utilities. So an excellent job by the team. People like me learn by doing, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. So let's install a management server. This is the folder strategy when the folder that gets deployed when you unzip the file. We're going to run install.ps1, and we're going to do it with verbose mode. What it does is it creates a new directory structure on the C drive. It's called Centrify, but you could actually use a target and specify it. In my case, I don't care. I'm going to use the defaults. So this is going to deploy my management server. And while we are waiting for the management server to be deployed, we need to talk about, in my scenario, these are my nodes right here. So I have two web nodes, one relay node, one background node, and I have the database and my Redis in the same box. It's going to be a Linux box. So from a high availability perspective, this, and this do not meet requirements for high availability. In my case, because I want to be able to show one element only, it's a demo environment after all, and I have limited resources, I'm going to show the web layer, and I'm going to show it with a DNS load balancer using round robin. That should be enough for me, but in reality, most likely in a production environment, you're going to have 3 of each. Because you need to be able to maintain high availability, even in the case that you in a 3 node per role that you are patching one, you still have a 2 node cluster. So another thing that has to do with this, part of my goals are to be able to use standalone systems. So these systems, all of them, they are work grouped. They are not joined to any Active Directory. And my goal is to automate the process. Although in this playlist, we're going to be looking at all the steps one by one. It's way much easier if you are using standalone machines, especially if you plan to dispose of them later. That's exactly what would happen if you're doing hyperscalable in AWS, Azure, or GCP. Let's take a look at this. So I have my management server installed. Let's inspect the directory structure that was created, and notice here that these are my utility scripts. I'm really interested in this migration folder, and this migration folder contains 2 scripts. One is the preparation script, and then the installation script from migration. In the next videos, we're going to do the housekeeping things that we need to do prior to the migration, and we'll go from there.